degree SpectraLock 1 premix. We have a rubber float. We have a clean tiled area. What you want to do first is open the container. You're going to see a little protective cardboard sleeve. Save that because that'll go back on top of the grout after use. We want to make sure that we wipe down our substrate, making sure there's no thin set in the joints, contamination on the surface, spacers left in between the grout joints as well. And this is a ready to use, so there is no mixing. So we're going to just take a little bit out of the bucket. We're going to spread it on the tile and start grouting. You can see, you can see that it is very easy to work with. It's very creamy. This joint is great for both interior, exterior applications. It can be used in a shower application 24 hours after final cleaning has been done. It can be submerged after 14 days of curing. So there's a lot of benefit to this grout over other pre-mixed grouts on the market. It's the only grout that passes ANSI 118.3, which is the requirement for epoxy grout. Like all pre-mixed grouts, what you really want to do is work in very small sections. You want to do maybe 5 or 10 feet, or work for rather 5 or 10 minutes at a time. And after that, then what you can do is begin the cleaning process. Now this is very fast drying, so that's why we want you to work in smaller sections. Grout is fully packed everywhere. Then we can begin our cleaning, and we're going to go over that. So once the grout joints are fully packed, as I said, you can knock off any excess grout by running the grout float on a angle over the entire area, eliminating a lot of that. And you can already start to see this is very fast drying, so that's why we recommend, again, working in smaller sections. Cleaning, first clean, you're going to use a sponge. I really would like to endorse the microfiber sponge or the microfiber towel. When you're done, you can actually get the bucket, put the protective cardboard sleeve back on top of the grout, close it up, make sure it's properly sealed, and you are good for 6 months. Fresh water. You want to make sure that you wring the sponge out as much as possible and do not use a lot of heavy pressure when forming joints. And then once the area has been bridged, we're going to soak our sponge back in our water. And this is where the microfiber really comes in handy. You always want to make sure you do one pass on one side, one pass on the other, keeping most of the resins off the face of the tile. If you can see that it very easily wipes up very nicely with a microfiber. I have a towel over here, and we can do the exact same thing. On this side, you'll be able to see how clean that comes. One pass one side. Microfibers are nice because you can actually open them up and eventually use different two sides. Now once all the grouting and cleaning is done the first time, approximately 45 minutes later, you're going to begin the second cleaning, and that would be for grout joints about a 1/16 to an 1/8. You're going to wait longer for grout joints up to 3/8. And all I'm doing now is just coming back one time with a single microfiber. Well wrung. And if you can see, there's really not much haze that is going to be left on this tile. So that's a great thing for Remember, this has the performance of an epoxy, but without the resins, which is a very large deal in our industry. It's the only pre-mixed grout currently that passes 118.3 ANSI standards for epoxy grout. So after this first pass, the tile is dry. You can really kind of make out the lack of resins that are on the face of the tile. Now, granted, you're going to have to do your second wash, but just showing you what that microfiber does helps really pull the resins. And the grout is very nice as far as having a solid, full grout joint, very consistent in color always due to a non-pigmented sand. It's actually the exact same sand we use in SpectraLock Pro and Pro Premium. So this is a 1 gallon unit. It is good for 6 months after been opened. And what I'm going to do now is the difference of the second wash versus the wash that we just conducted is basically, instead of using a sponge the first go around, we're going to want to come back with a microfiber, a scouring pad, a doodle bug, and knock off any kind of sand or resin that may be present first with very little water in it. And then we're going to follow it up with microfiber sponges or microfiber towels. And that's really it. Thank you very much.